Hey guys, welcome back to another video, the last video in my little week-long Halloween special. If you haven't seen the last ones, essentially this week I was just reviewing 5 horror-themed scary albums, and this is the 5th one, so it's the last one. And why not end it off on an album that I know I love? It's a classic. It is one of the best horrorcore albums of all time, maybe even the best. It's one of the best hip-hop albums in general. And that, of course, I'm talking about Mystic Stylez by Three-6 Mafia. This is the debut of the legendary southern hip-hop group Three-6 Mafia, and yeah, this album is just one of the most influential hip-hop albums to ever come out, just period. But with that being said, nobody else has really been able to perfect this sound and style as much as Three-6 Mafia did themselves. Because obviously you have so many people, like especially in the SoundCloud era now, like trying to imitate the sounds that they were doing on here, but it just doesn't really compare. Not only that, this album is just very different in the fact that it's a horrorcore album. A lot of the aspects that have been taken away from this thing don't really keep that. It's more just sonic sound that people are pulling from here and like the flows that they're using. Because this album is unsettling and some of the shit that they say on here is fucking crazy. We're just gonna go track by track on this one again, talking about stuff I like or don't like, starting off with Break the Law 95, which DJ Paul is the only one on this thing, and he absolutely kills it. The sample is great on this thing. I'm pretty sure they literally sample like a Wes Craven movie or some sort of soundtrack. But this is just a like perfect introduction to the sound and atmosphere on this thing. That creepy ass piano line, the atmospheric synth, it's all there. Then we go to Summa, which is just like a smoking anthem. It's really fucking chill. The beat is just super vibey and spacey. The performances are great though. We're now going into more members showing up at this point. And then we get to Live By Your Rep, which is one of the like most iconic diss tracks of all time against Bone Thugs and Harmony. And while a lot of the lyrics on here are like your standard, oh, I'm gonna kill you and shit, the beat is so goddamn menacing that it makes me scared for 90s Bone Thugs, like, goddamn. And while I did say the lyrics are, like, kind of standard, Lord Infamous goes in on, like, the opening verse. This dude is, like, detailing, like, I'm putting 1,000 razors into you, like, I'm fucking melting your skin with acid and shit. I don't know where that came from, but crazy opening verse. Then we get into Game, which has like my favorite flows on this thing. Everyone on this thing is just back-to-back crazy ass flows, just incredible performance. Also the bass line slaps. Now I'm High goes back into the more demonic themes while also having like this smoked out vibe to it. The beat is incredibly dreamy. I almost feel like I'm being put into a trance when I listen to this thing sometimes. It's just like, ew. Pretty fucking creepy too. Long Night is another one of those just like fat bassline, back-to-back, incredible verses, great performances. Then we get to this run of Sweet Robbery to All or Nothing, which I'm not like crazy about. I feel like some of these tracks drag on a bit, except Back Against a Wall. That one has like such a good hook, and the bassline is also great. I can't hate that one. We have Gotta Touch 'Em Part 2, which actually has the same sample as Like That by Metro Boomin and Future, which I completely forgot about upon re-listening for this video, but yeah, the way they use it is a lot more haunting and creepy, but it goes so goddamn hard. It is so good. They're rapping like amazingly over this beat. Then of course we have the absolutely iconic Tear the Club Up, which I think is one of their biggest hits, at least in like their early career. This is one of those songs where I feel like kind of represents this album and Three-6 as a whole. You just have these demonic lyrics, they're talking about killing and shit. You have this crazy ass harsh synth line, which is like kind of just essential for Three-6. Like this track kind of has it all. Big Business is whatever, but Mystic Stylez, the title track, has pretty much everyone on this song. I think everyone in the group is on here if I'm correct. But yeah, incredible piano line, super high. I've said this a million times, but this album is just like, this album is haunting. This is a haunting, creepy album, and Mystic Stylez is just like the complete epitome of that. Just everyone talking about some demonic shit, everyone's doing their thing. It's just like a perfect Closer, if it was the closer, because Porno Movie comes after it. I think it's a good song. I really like the sample. The MJ sample is great. Great verses. It should have been the closer. The title track is just like a perfect way to just finish off this album, and it should have been the closer. That's all I'm saying. But with that being said, I think this is like. But with that being said, I think that this is probably like the best group album aside from Enter the Wu-Tang, because there are some dud verses. Yeah, some tracks drag on a little bit snoozy, but the personality on this thing and the different voices is just kind of unmatched with hip-hop groups aside from Wu-Tang Clan, sorry. And it's kind of crazy because if you like just read the lyrics, you'd probably be like, oh, well, I mean, like, yeah, it kind of seems like your standard, like, you know, it's your standard rap album, but I don't know what the fuck they were thinking in the studio by making these beats, because they just make most of these songs just really fucking intimidating and creepy. I'm repeating myself, I know, but this is a haunting, creepy album. I said it already, I'm just gonna say it again. In the general scheme of hip-hop, this thing is an all-time classic. It's unmatched. I know a lot of people like to say that one of their other like projects is a bit better. I forget which one. People really like Underground Volume 1, that's the one, but I don't know. I think that just as an album, this one does an incredible job. Just a couple duds, but in terms of score, I'd probably give this one a 9 out of 10. Like I said, just essential hip-hop. Just like, if you're a fan of hip-hop, you need to listen to this song, and it's amazing. On terms of the scary score, though, I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10. The demonic themes are pretty creepy. Like, I find like demonic stuff in movies to be way more creepy than like your average like serial killer thing. So I think they give like good visuals of that, and it just like paints really creepy pictures, and they just do a great job here. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this little week-long Halloween special. Let me know what you thought about all the albums that I talked about. Let me know what you thought about this album, Mystic Stylez. Who's your favorite 3-6 member? Mine is Lord Infamous. But anyways, thank you for watching. Drop a like if you want to see some more videos in the future. Subscribe. And yeah, thank you for watching. Goodbye.